Major drama alert. Now, don't get mad at me and unsubscribe. Promise me. Promise me you won't do it. Thank you. I'm just reporting the news. I'm not involved. The Quartering and Tim Pool have had a beef going on for like the last week, and it's crazy. I will get into this in just a second. Full disclosure, Tim Pool had me out and flew me out to Washington, D.C., where I was on his Pop Culture Crisis podcast. And so I'm fond of Tim Pool. I also have a tenuous relationship with the Quartering over the years. I broke the story that kind of made him famous from Magic the Gathering. In the beginning, I was writing for Milo Yiannopoulos, was the only person who covered it back then, and he's kind of been a dick to me since then. So I am biased, but I'm gonna talk about it through that lens. Just deal with it. All right. My name is John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator, and this is my Kickstarter, Flying Sparks Ultralight Beams. We are almost to $13,000. Really appreciate you guys' support. We're trying to do like a culture war difference. You know how Marvel and DC have gone full woke, full crazy. We're trying to bring back superheroes to what they were before. We have a beautiful, beautiful story. So if you enjoy superhero action, please check this out on Kickstarter today. Promise you will absolutely enjoy it. All right, the drama of the day comes from the Quartering's Twitter. And what we have here is a blocking from Tim Pool on Twitter. Now, this comes after like a week of back and forth. Now, I know that that Umbrella guy, who's also a friend of the channel, is rabble-rousing about this a little bit, saying that Tim Pool, is kind of the one grifting out of all this. But I don't know about that. So this has gone on for a second. I know the Quartering flaked on Tim Pool and his appearance. And here's the original tweet with this. We had the Quartering booked last night. He bailed on us. We've had Shane Cashman working on the story. People are still mad at us. Should we stop trying to cover the story? This is about Eliza Blue, who's been DMCA striking people, saying it's revenge porn for her videos that were up on YouTube, and getting people's Twitters removed. And so that's what's been going on here. The Quartering was one of those people who had his Twitter removed, and we covered that. I covered it fairly, I think. And of course, I didn't approve of that. I don't want Twitter banning people over posting public images. That's very scary. But here it is. Seems like it may be the best approach. You can't appease a mob, and that's very true after a while. Now, it looks like the Quartering is blocked on Facebook Messenger by Tim Pool as well. So there's been beef going back and forth. Now, the Quartering's acting like this is coming out of the blue, or it's just because of his appearance on there. But the Quartering's also made a bunch of passive-aggressive tweets about Tim Pool over the last week as well. I mean, it's got to get annoying, right? You've got a bunch of like sort of like bitter tweets coming at you. You've got the guy's whole fan base coming at you. I get it. I've been in situations like that. I don't know the full history between these two, but I think there's more here than just this one tweet where he's acting like this is coming out of the blue. Coming out of the blue. Hey, that's a good pun at the moment. Eliza Blue, get it? But I don't know. People's takes right now seem to be more on the side of the Quartering in this instance. But you know what? I don't know. I actually kind of side with Tim Pool personally on this. If somebody flaked on my show, was being kind of rude to me, and is continuing to like escalate stuff like that, I don't have time for that, and he doesn't really have time for that either. So I think that he's probably just doing what he needs to do to move on from the situation at this point. And I'm sorry again if that's a take that you guys don't like. I know that my audience doesn't like blocking in general, but in this instance, like when you've got somebody like the Quartering who's got a pretty sizable fan base, to get people piling on your Twitter, it can make your Twitter kind of unusable for a while. And I understand the situation from that perspective there. Now, I don't know what's going on. It seems like Tim Pool's trying to reschedule the Quartering. This is before. And of course, that obviously didn't happen over the last few days. It's interesting stuff right here. I just lost a lot of respect for Tim Cass over this thing with the Quartering. Again, I don't know. I mean, it seems like there's more going on behind the scenes here that's happening. And like I said, I've seen the Quartering make some passive-aggressive tweets about the Quartering in this stuff. So it's very odd that this is going on. So we'll be covering this as it keeps going. This is from January 31st. We had Tim Pool's tweets deleted right now. And of course, the Quartering is up on that. So we'll see what happens as this sort of brews and as the beef continues. The Quartering, again, just from what I've seen, just really starts a lot of beefs with a lot of people. He started one with me over pretty much nothing. He alleged that I faked some screenshots back in 2018, which I did not fake. I'm a reporter. I don't do that. And it was very bizarre. It's like, why was he coming at me when I broke the story and was always very nice to him before that? I've seen how he kind of reacts and kind of frames situations. I'm not a huge fan of that, and that's why I'm tending towards leaning towards Tim Pool is right in this situation. But we'll watch it. We'll see what happens, and we'll report the news for you. What do you think? Am I off base? Don't unsubscribe. Just tell me. I'll listen to you. I'm not going to block you. Leave a comment down below. Do you think the quartering's right? Who's going to win this beef? Does anybody win at all? I really hate this kind of infighting, to be honest. But we'll see. All right, hit the like and subscribe button, everybody. Appreciate you being there. We'll be back soon.